So I thought I would do a quick little tour of the Hotel Cheyenne. I'm actually standing at the bus stop now, and it's kind of directly opposite the entrance to the hotel. If I turn the camera around, that is the entrance right there. So it's literally a 30-second walk, which is fantastic. Over this way starts the hotel rooms. There's lots of different blocks, so you'll be assigned your block and you'll be given a map, so you can easily find where you're staying. One of the great things about this hotel is that directly in front right here, in this orange building, is a Starbucks. So if you're looking for any hot drinks, cold drinks, teas, coffees, things like that, this is your place to come in the morning. Next door to that is a general store, which is actually a Disney shop, so you can get all of your souvenirs in there. And then the next building across is actually the main entrance. The green building in the distance is where the luggage storage is, so on your last day, if you need to leave your bag behind, that's the place to do it. I'm now inside the general store, and as you can see, it has loads of Christmas gear, all of the different souvenirs you might want, cold weather wear, which is perfect if it's been like a cold snap, so if you don't have anything on you, you can grab that. Hello! There's also confectionery. They have things like treats for your room, which is perfect because there's no kind of like general stores near here apart from at the train station. All of the souvenirs to take home. I can't resist a mug. I have bought a mug. These are so cute. I have 2 cats, and every time I come, I'm getting them a bowl. There's lots of offers on at the moment as well, which is fantastic. There's also clothing, perfect to get some hoodies right now because it's very chilly. This is also where you come to collect your items that you bought in the park and had sent to your resort. So after 8 PM tonight I can come back and get all the things I've bought. So once you leave the reception, you can go left or right. I'm going to go to the right and walk through these gates, and this is going to take you to the different blocks which you can stay in. So the blocks this side are actually closest to Disney Village. So you would walk this way to get to the river and just follow it around until you get to Disney Village. As you can see, it has amazing Wild West theming. It's just so cute. I love how Disney resorts are so heavily themed. It really just adds to the experience. And even though this isn't a Disney theme, the attention to detail is amazing. So in this area as well, you also have the back exit to Starbucks, which is the bank. And then right next door to it, you also have the general store, which is the gift shop. Next to that, you have the Red Garter Saloon, which is kind of like a bar. And the Chuck Wagon Cafe, which is the main restaurant here, which is a buffet restaurant. If we carry on walking through the resort, to the left you have the general store, the Red Garter Saloon, and the Chuck Wagon Cafe. As I said, this is an all-you-can-eat buffet restaurant. You can also come here for breakfast. Some people will have it included in their package, but if not, you can purchase it yourself. Again, it's like a buffet, so you can help yourself to as much as you would like. Whenever I've been walking around the resort, it's always been super quiet. It's never super busy with people, noisy. It's very relaxed, which I think is really nice. So it is a great place to come. As you can see, you can come and sit out on the porch, which is great. And I think this is also where people can smoke. Further down this way are all guest rooms. So as you can see, there's a lot of blocks, a lot of rooms. I'm actually staying in Wild Bill Hickok, and I can also go down this little pathway, and that will come out to the luggage storage and the reception that way, which is perfect. So I've got 2 routes I can take, and they're both super quick. I would say to get from my room to the reception, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. which is fantastic. So I'm now going to go in. I really love this carpet, guys. Like, how cute is this carpet? And as you can see, inside it's still highly themed. Got some cool wallpaper. And I do like that they've gone all out. I'm starting to see in Disney World that the value resorts are becoming more generic. So they have maybe Disney artwork on the walls, but less Disney theming. But I do love that the Hotel Cheyenne, and in fact all the resorts at Disneyland Paris, are highly themed, even if it's not Disney themed. So I'm staying in room 2034. Nice horseshoe on the door. Let's go in. So as soon as you enter, you can add your key into here and it'll turn all the electric on. So as soon as you walk in, you have like a little open wardrobe, and then there's loads of space above where you can put cases or bags, whatever you need. And there's also space underneath, so it's fantastic. You have a safe. I have no idea what's in this blue bag. It's quite bulky. I thought it maybe would be like extra bedding, but I don't know if maybe it's a pop-up cot. I have no idea. So there's a mystery bag, which is always exciting. To the bathroom. It's a nice sized bathroom. I love that they've got a really massive mirror, which is fantastic. You also get some soap provided to you, which is super cute because it's Toy Story themed. Then in the shower itself, it looks really nice, the kind of like wooden effect. And then you have the horseshoe curtain, which is super cute. And again, you get free toiletries, which is fantastic. And you also get some small bottles down here too. I must say though, this smells amazing. It smells like sherbet. It's lovely. So you have a big shower head up here, which you can adjust. So they do have a hairdryer, and I think it also has a shaver port if you do use that. I was very nervous to use the hairdryer because I've got curly hair, so at home I use a diffuser. But in here, I was so impressed because basically it just has a massive gap that just lets warm air out. And my hair, surprisingly, it did not go fuzzy, it didn't go all frizzy. It actually looked really good. So I was super impressed because I think curly hair is so hard with hair dryers anyway. So for that sort of hotel hairdryer, super duper impressed. Then if we come over here, you have an adjoining door to another room and a coat hanger for your coat. Then there's a little area here just to put your bits and bobs. So I've got like my face covering, my sunglasses, and we've also got some plug sockets, totally handy. And then I've put my suitcase under here. I love that there's lots of areas to store things. And then the main room itself. Now I really love this theming, and it's quite big. If you can see, there's loads of floor space, which is fantastic. This over here is actually a bed. So the top part is a bed, and then underneath you can pull out another bed, so you could have 4 people in this room. We've got some cute little Toy Story artwork. I love the wallpaper. I think it's so cute. The curtains that are Woody shirt is incredible detail. You have these really cool lamps which have Woody on them. Then you have a double bed over here. You also have more plug sockets by the side of the bed, which is super, super handy. I love these curtains that look like the print of Woody's shirt. How exciting. I'm actually really close. I don't know if you'll be able to see out the window, but I'm right next to the reception. So I'm super, super close to where everything is. We then have a mirror that is a horseshoe shape, and then a kind of bench to sit on and more storage under there. There's also, the bed is one of these beds that has storage under it as well. So there's loads and loads of places to keep all your belongings, which is fantastic. What else is also fantastic is this lamp. Absolutely love it. I love the theming. Really big TV. They do have channels in English, so they have the Disney Channel, Cartoon Network and Disney Junior. Then they also have news channels. Underneath here, they have even more sockets, which include the USB sockets, which is fantastic. And then in here we have loads of drawers. So you get 6 drawers, and they're kind of quite deep. And then the soft close drawers. These drawers have all of the bedding. So if you did have the bottom 2 drawers of both sides, have the bedding for the 2 extra beds. And then the top drawers are free for you to use. So all in all, this is a really quite a nice sized room. Loads of storage space. Love the theming. Very, very excited. So all in all, I've been super impressed with this resort. Everything is super close, within a few minutes walk of each other, no matter where you're staying. The buses are super frequent. I've never had to wait long for a bus at all. In fact, most times they've pulled up as I've been walking there, which has been very lucky. And it takes maybe 5 minutes to get from the resort to the bus terminal at the entrance to Disneyland. The only things I would say that are negative are that the walls can be a bit thin. I don't know if it's the walls or the fact that there's adjoining doors. So sometimes you can hear the people in the room next to you. The only other thing that I had issue with the first couple of days was the heating system. When I first came in, it was set on 23, which was, I thought was going to be really, really hot. So I turned it down and then it seemed to be blowing out cold air. So I turned it back up to 23 and it was still blowing out cold air. So the first couple of days I was a little bit chilly in the room, and eventually I turned it off and that did seem to warm it up a bit, but obviously it was still quite cold because I'm here in November. But I think what's happened is basically the numbers don't really correlate to the temperature. So I've been turning it up to like 24, 25, 26, and then that makes the room really nice and warm. So it's just, if you feel like it's giving out cold air, just turn it up a bit more. It feels wrong to be having like the heating on like 26. It seems insane, but that worked for me. So I've been super comfy. The bed's comfortable. I've been sleeping well, and I just love that everything's so close.